Welcome to Lolo's Talk Show in Albuquerque. Well, guys, this is our last episode for summer projects and ideas. And I'd like to thank Lolo for doing all the work and giving our audience some great ideas for our summer project. Well, you're very welcome, Lolo. And thank you for watching this channel and supporting us. We appreciate it. Let's get to it. Okay, we're going to start painting my cobras. And I Googled the cobras on the internet and see what colors they came in. So, let's give it a try and see how they come out. I'm almost done. It's starting to look like a cobra, I believe. I don't know, what do you think? It came out alright. I'm happy with it. It looks pretty good. It looks like a cobra. I've had these statues for like a couple of years, but it took me 45 minutes. The next project here is my beautiful angel. She's kind of fading out, so we need to refreshen her. Make her look beautiful again. And I think she'll be alright. So let's go ahead and start cleaning her up, giving her a good bath. Yeah, make sure there are no little creatures and spider webs. There we go, wiping her up, real clean. And we're going to start painting her. And let's see how she comes out. Now, I've already tested the paint on her. And this is Walmart paint. I just used anything I had in the garage. So we'll paint her up. Make her look real pretty. I used the little brushes because I didn't want to make a mistake, like in the ends and stuff, and getting on her hands or her face or her wings. So here she is. Came out pretty good, huh? What do you think? Well, put your comments down in the comment section and let me know. Maybe you should give me some suggestions and see what you think. But you got to put in the comments so I'll know what you think. So maybe I can change her, or if you like the color, or I go lighter, darker. I think she's beautiful though. This is my favorite statue. Okay, I got these little guys about a year ago. I bought them at Ross, but they fell apart the first year. They started cracking, the heads came off when I picked it up. So I decided, should I throw them away or try to save them? Well, I decided I was going to save them. So I got some Quicken concrete compound to put it together. You might have something else to put on them, but that's the only thing I had in the garage. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and try to fix these little guys. So what I did is start plastering that compound, that cement compound to them, putting them together. And I put as much as I can just that they'll last. So I put it together. I used my hands. I didn't have no gloves. I figured, oh well, I'll probably need a manicure after this job, right? But I don't care. I like to be creative. I like to try to save stuff because I hate to go and buy new ones because they're so expensive. Now here, this little guy, his head broke in half. So I was having a little bit of trouble trying to putting the head together because it was kind of complicated. But I finally got it. It took a little while. But for that little guy, after I put the head together and kind of figured it out, I had to plaster that cement compound a lot to make sure that head stays together. So I figured out putting all the cement all around them, where all the cracks and everything, put them together. And after I put the cement compound, excuse me, and what I did is I started sanding these little guys just to make sure. I put a lot of cement on these guys so that way they'll last for a while, hopefully. But I like them so well because they're hard to find. So what I did on the next day, I waited 24 hours for the compound to dry. I started chipping off the excess cement that I put on there. Sand them down real good just to soften them up a little bit. Then after I sand them, I cleaned them, and then I painted them. And here they are. They look pretty good, I believe. I don't know. But to me, in my eyes, they look good enough. So they're ready to go out in the garden. Well, out in the backyard somewheres. I believe they'll survive in the winter. We'll see. Okay, here. This is a 20-year-old or maybe a 25-year-old chair. It got pretty rusty. It was breaking. All the strings came off. I left it outside for a while. So I've had this chair for like 20, 25 years, like I said. I even had to have my brother weld the little rod irons right in the middle where you sit down on. He welded it for me. And that's how old it was. So what I did is start sanding it, taking all that rust out, smoothing out the little cracks that it was starting to get. So I sanded it real good. And then, pretty old chair. So this one took a little work. I shouldn't have let it go that long, but I did. So what I did is I put some bonding on it, on the little cracks where it started, and then the hose so the water won't get in. And the bonding you could buy at Walmart for like $3. You know, it all depends how much bonding you need to do, but I didn't need too much. So I bonded it out, covered the hose, and then of course I cleaned it. Everything you sand, you have to clean and get all that dust out. Then I painted it, and look, it looks like a brand new chair. Better than going out and paying like $100 just for one chair. This is the same thing. Sanded and painted it. And this is my plant holder. This is my patio chair. This is getting so bad. It was already getting rotted, tearing. It looked terrible. They've been outside for years. So, instead of buying me a new patio set that's worth like $1,200 to $1,300, I figured, well, I'm going to try to save it. And save me a couple of bucks, you know? So I cut off all the straps. It was so old, it was kind of hard, you know, to get them out. So I just cut them out. And just cut them all out. And brushing it off, getting all the dirt, the spider webs and everything, just to make sure. And clean it up. And of course, threw all those traps away. And then, like I said, I started sanding it. I mean, if you go out and you buy a new patio set, it's going to cost you like $1,200 to $1,300, like I said. So when you don't have it, you try to do it the best you can. So I clean it up, get all the dust out after I sand it, painted it to make it look brand new. I pretty much got the same color at Home Depot. That little paint there only cost me like $5. Okay, now this is what you're going to need to restrap the chairs. You're going to get a roll of straps, and you can get that out in Patio Furniture Supply out in Florida. Okay, so you'll need the straps. Then you're going to need a cloth measurer. Cloth, okay? There we go. Then, of course, you're going to need some gloves, because that strap can get hot. A drill and a drill bit. Now, I'm using a 732 for my rivets. It all depends what size of rivets you get, and that's the size of drill you will need. So here's my rivets. And they also, you can get those at Patio Supply out in Florida. And then you're going to need a small board. And you can either use snips, a cutter, or scissors. Okay? So that's the supplies that you need to do the strips. Then I got a pot of boiling water. If you have a turkey roaster that goes outside, you can work outside, but I didn't have one. So I got a pot with boiling water. Then I got some tongs, because you're going to need to grab that strap out of the boiling water. Now, I've never done this before, but this is my first time doing it. So I tried one before I did the video, and it was okay. So you let that water boil. Then you're going to measure your chair. Now with that cloth measurer, okay, you have to go all the way around in the end and measure it, and go all the way around the other side as well. Now, I had 22.5 inches, so I had to cut only 20.5, because you got to take like maybe an inch or 2 inches off the strap. Then you drill your holes on your chair. And I'm using a 732 drill bit. On both sides you're going to drill. Then I'm going to cut my strap and measure it. You're going to take about 2 inches off, or 2.5 inches off what the regular measurement on the chair. And the reason why is because it's got to fit on there tight. And then you're going to cut the corners. Then you're going to drill a hole in the middle, about 1/4 inch away from the end. Put them together, you drill them together, put your hole. Then you're going to put your rivets on. Alright, there you go. So, we're going to go ahead and put it in the hot boiling water. You leave it about 3 to 4 minutes. I left mine at 5 just to make sure. Then they're ready. You take it out of the pot or wherever you're going to boil your water. Shake it a little bit. Okay, now you put your gloves on. This is where you need your gloves, because that strap is a little bit hot. You're going to wrap it around, push in your rivet, snap it in, and then go around the other side. Okay, you're going to stretch it. You're going to wrap it around. Whoop. And then you hold it on your other hand. I told you I've never done this before, so it's a little bit hard, but actually once you get to it, it gets easier. Then you snap in that other rivet on the other side. You place them in the right way, straight, and there you go. You have it. Alright, so it's pretty easy once you get to do it, but I googled it so I can learn it. So there's my patio chair, all ready. It was pretty easy, guys, but like I said, I googled to find out how to do this. And it's not really hard, but you can't find the supplies here in Albuquerque. You gotta buy it at Patio Furniture Supplies out in Florida. So that one's ready to go. But I got 3 more to do. Now, we have Delilah. Now, I filmed her and I was watching her and she was drinking water and eating her dinner. And I noticed her, you could see the shoulders, how she's leaning a little bit. To me, that doesn't look comfortable for my baby. I don't know. I'm an animal lover, so I get very concerned. So, to me, it didn't look comfortable. She looks like she's bending down, she's bending her knees and everything. And I'm like, well, I love my babies. So I'm like, maybe I should do something for her, right? So I looked at my table. I said, well, I eat comfortable. My baby could eat comfortable. So I didn't like that. So I had this little table in the garage, right? So me and Delilah got together. I was checking it out, and I thought, maybe I can make her a dinner table. So me and Delilah had a discussion. We figured, well, let's talk about it. Would she like it, or would she not like it? So I figured, oh well, I measured her, see how tall she was, and measured the table and see how much I have to cut. And I thought, well, start getting my tools, start getting my saw and everything, and I was going like, I've never made a dinner table for a dog, but today was the day, because I wanted my baby to eat comfortable. So I put my saw together, and Delilah looked like she knew what I was doing. She knew it was for her. So, okay, I was ready to cut those legs off and measure it. She kept checking it out. She knows. She knows it was for her. Anyway, I cut those legs off. And then after I cut the legs off, I tested it with Delilah and see how she was eating. And she looked really comfortable with it. Actually, she enjoyed it. So it was a good size. She doesn't have to bend her knees or her legs and hunch her back. And I thought, well, okay. So I start drilling some holes to make the circle, because I was going to put her dog food in there, her dog food bowl. I don't have a saw that cuts circles, so I had to do what I had to do, right? So you got to be creative sometimes and just do what you got. I got to tell you guys though, I was trying to teach her how to open the door so she can go inside whenever she wanted. And she was doing pretty good. She did it. And I was so happy. I was so glad. But then I found out, uh-oh, she locked me out. And I kept saying, Delilah, Delilah. I was getting a little freaked out. And I said, well, I'll go check in the front door and see if it's open. But that was locked. So I had to go back and try to call her again and try to have her push the door open or something. So I kept yelling her name, yelling her name. I was getting a little nervous. I tell you guys, I had to show you this. I had to. She came out. I wasn't locked no more. So, back to work. So what I did is got my little sander and start sanding the little edges real soft. You know, just kind of smooth it out. Did a lot of sanding. So, after I sand it, then I painted it. And then now, I painted it. She's got a little drawer with the treats in it, just for Delilah. And now look, she's eating it. She's eating her dinner. She's a little leery because she never seen anything like that in the kitchen. So I told her it was okay, it was hers. So she kept eating it. And now look at her. She's a little more comfortable. She's not bending down. And I didn't have to go out and buy her a little dog dinner table, and they cost like $60, $70. So I figured I had a table in the garage, so I might as well do something with it, right? So look at her. She's eating very comfortable. She's eating her chicken first and then taking her food out, but she ends up eating it all. But I'm so happy with it, and I believe Delilah's happy too. And also, guys, if you're a dog lover like me, I even made a plot for my other baby dogs. Of course, they passed away. Tootsie, Thea, and Benji the Coco. I had him cremated, but I had to make a plot for them. Because like I said, I'm a dog lover and I love my babies. They're like family, you know? So you got to do the best. But I love my babies. But I made that. I bought that block at Home Depot and just painted it. And there's a plant. That plant's going pretty good too. Now that I got him there. Also too, guys, I'm just saying, you can make anything beautiful. And you don't have to go out and buy brand new. Just sand it, weld it, paint it, do whatever you got to do to make it look nice. And this is what I did to my patio table. Came out nice, huh? Alright guys, that's the end of our video. I hope you enjoy it. And keep an eye on our next one. You'll be surprised. But anyway, I like to say, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And the most important thing, don't forget to love yourself. Alright? Thank you for watching. We love you. Bye. Bye.